Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of an Aussie farming in the Philippines. Polly, hey little girl, hey. Oh, look at this, full moon up over here. Full moon up over there. Sun's coming up over here. It's going to be a beautiful day, I tell you. Beautiful day. Well, it's 5:25 in the morning, so just got up and had coffee. So taking it easy. And today, hopefully, the sun is going to stay, inshallah. Well, what are we going to do today? Well, we're going to be making up a new harvesting pole, and we're going to be doing avocados. So we had avocado on toast for breakfast the other morning with an egg yesterday morning. Oh, frigging beautiful, absolutely. So Chick said, "Hun, get that pole made up and let's harvest the avocados, please." And I said, "All right, dolls." So we're going to do avocado harvesting today. So stay tuned and you'll see more. Well guys, 7 o'clock, so before brekkie I'm going to head up the back. Chick's feeding her goats their bananas. Every morning they get cut up bananas, all cut up for them. It's just happy little bastards. But that's where you get good money, you know. If you look after your animals and you feed them, not like some fucks, but if you feed them proper food, okay, like they get bananas cut up every morning, and they also get bran and hammered corn every morning, and then they're put out to graze, and then they get 2 hours of grazing out in no man's land. And if the rain comes, then we lock them up and we give them more bananas and hammered corn and rice bran. So it's just good money for them, you know. Like little Boo Boo, we sold Boo Boo. I think it was 7,000. We sold Boo Boo one time back, and he was a solid little bastard. He used to run like he was like a fucking big stallion. And we seen their owners, we sold him to up the road. They live up along this road here. And we went and drove past there. She said, "Oh, we'll stop to see how Boo Boo's going." And he was going well. He had his little harem, and he was a happy little fucker. And then I think it was about 2 months later, we went there again. And we said, "Let's go and see how Boo Boo's going, see if he remembers us." And he said, "No, I sold him, got 11.5 grand. It's like, "What?" He said, "Yeah, very happy." I said, "Yeah, good on you, mate." So he realises that he can buy them off of us as young'uns and sell them when they're older. Because people want the male stock for stock studding. Pity they don't want old farts like me to do it. So why the fuck am I up here, you ask? Why the fuck are you up here, William? Well, I've got my trusty little reciprocating saw. 68 volt. We used to use the battery operated saw, but that's on holidays at the moment. It's taking a rest. Right, so what I'm doing is, this last bamboo one here has been cut. I'm going to cut this in half so I can manage it. It's too big for me to carry. So I'm going to cut this one in half so I can get him back to the house. Okay, this is going to be for Chick's bamboo trellis. Also for salt sticks that we're going to drill and fill up with salt for inside the goat houses, and some feed trays as well. So I'll cut him through here in the middle. I like to keep these, this is where I cut through, it will be here and here. That's where the solid bits are. This is pretty dry, this one. It's been here for a while. Since I done the harvest, you know, all at once before. Right, so I've got to get the stick made up with the wire and the net basket. Papa's got it on a big bamboo, but it's so heavy. Bob and I was up here last week and we could only just harvest these bottom ones. I need to get way up the top and get them avocados up the top. So I'm going to make up a new one using some water pipe. That's what I'm going to use, much lighter. Because that bamboo's just so fucking hard, I tell you. It's like, weighs a ton. Especially when it's like that, it's like, you know. But what can I say? Right, I'm going to cut this bamboo off. So I'm going to drag this one home and then start on our little bag wire thingy-jiggy dacky dicky thing. Right, so bamboo's back. So this will be done today, hopefully. Right, this is the basket. I've just taken it off these big baskets way up the back. So I've got to tie off the side again for the basket. That's where it hooks onto the fruit. When you pull it down, it drops into here. That's how it's tied on. Now, when I was in Thailand living, they used to make this out of bamboo, out of cane strips and all that. And it had the basket that used to sit underneath, and they used it for the mangoes. And they had a piece of bamboo that was cut sharp, and that was your knife, which was on this part here. And they'll just raise it up and just pull it, and it'll cut it and it'll drop into the bag, and I'll lower it down for all the mangoes. Quite amazing little device, actually. Quite amazing. Right, I'm going to repair this one and get it put onto some water pipe so we can go and get some avocado. Right, so that's repaired. So this side's good. He's done some very good stitching on this, actually. Got some very good stitching on it. But everything doesn't last forever. Right, even there's, look, that middle looking fin. So this is done. Now put this on some poles and let's get some avocados after breakfast. Okay, so I'll put the electrical tape nice and thick at the bottom and at the top. I've then run the rubber around it all nice and tight, and then I'll put another coat of rubber of electrical tape on top. So that shouldn't come off now. If it does, I'll tell you, I'll be shocked. Right, well, plan B. The hose was too flexible. The pipe was too flexible. So I've cut him off and I've jammed him onto this one that we use for the lemons down on the back paddock over there. So this will do fine. She said, "Han, don't forget you've got that great big ladder." And I went, "Ah, of course, duh." So what we've done in the past years, and I mean past years, show you. Hi girls, all these girls are laying now. Getting heaps of eggs off of these girls now that are in there. So we've got this one here that we use. This is what we put up against the durian trees, because I cut down all the branches on the durian trees on the height to stop people climbing up then getting the durians. And that... Fuck. Okay, Jake. Fish load. Yep. The fish vendor. Beautiful. Right, caught him in time. Chick's down getting goat food. Lucky for that, otherwise we had no fish for the dogs. But so you feed your dogs fish? Fuck yeah. Cans of tuna, cans of every bloody thing. When you get the fresh food, of course, you got to cook it all up. You cook all the fish up, you debone it all out, put it with their tucker, and it's sort of like rah, rah, rah. But yeah, we'll have a look at Sam. Look how fucking fat Sam is. Right, yeah, she's stopped it, hun. Right, so we've got this one here, as I was saying. This is what we use for the durian tree. So I cut all the branches down on the side so that way no one can climb up and steal. So what I'll do is I'll take this one up the back for the avocado, then we can climb this and use that stick and get them off. So it will work, guys, it will work. Let's see.